Doesn't seem to be this one either. Oh, hello there, big bro. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Or the white fae lady next to you. Oh, so she's white fae now? Welcome to the Frost Moon Enclave. Is there anything I can help you with? Nope, we just got curious seeing you out here all alone like this. By the way, Paimon is Paimon and this is Traveler. So it's Mr. Traveler and Miss Paimon. You know, you two don't look like you're from Nasha Town.
We're adventurers. Actually, I'm a real mastermind behind the scenes in Nasha Town. Okay, Sapo.
Oh, seriously? That sounds so cool! Can I be your follower then, Traveler? You know, like one of those epic stories. Hey, quit messing around! We're just regular adventurers passing through, okay? No way we're secretly pulling all the strings in Nasha Town or anything. At least, not that Paimon knows of. Must be nice, though, traveling around with your best friend, seeing the world together. It really is! We've been so many places already. What about you? What were you doing out there just now? I was looking for pretty stones.
Oh, me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. You collect them, right? You're not the only one. Some of the grown-ups are super into that, too. It's called geology, and they made an entire job about that. Nope. I just used the pretty stones to bribe Mai into kidnapping. Oh.
What? To bribe Mai into kidnapping me?
Okay, that makes sense.
Wait, what? That's definitely not what I was expecting. What do you mean he's normal enough for nodkrai, Traveler?
Huh? You never heard the story of the legendary thief Reed Miller and the Fae Princess? But Mai told me it's super famous outside. Come, lady with moonlit eyes, let me steal your heart with this jewel that matches your gaze and whisk you away from this gilded cage. I'm not really sure what it means, but if you give someone something they like, that means they can go on an adventure with them, right?
That's called marriage. That's not what that means at all. That's how I learned Paimon into this path with food.
Hey, don't teach kids weird things. Just because Paimon loves your cooking doesn't mean our friendship started with a kidnapping. By the way, who's this Mai you're talking about? Telling kids strange stories like that, that sounds kind of questionable. Like maybe he's a pedophile or something like that. She's not a bad person, and she's about the same age as me. She's an adventurer too, just like you two. I caught her sneaking around near the camp once, so I made her tell her a story. For some reason, she seemed to think we were some scary cult of weirdos who sacrifice, kidnaps kids to the moon goddess. She tried to act all calm while begging me not to kill her.
Well, at least it's not a pedophile.
What kind of weird misunderstanding is that? Right? I have no idea where she even heard of something like that. So strange. But since it sounded kind of funny, I didn't bother correcting.
Girly, you're just gonna let people assume stereotypes about you? That's insane behavior.
That's exactly why you should have corrected her! Anyway, in exchange she promised me my best friend and told me lots and lots of stories about the outside world. Mom and Dad never let me read stories from the outside world, saying only non-believers would like such worthless things. But my stories are really interesting. Like the fisherman who fell in love with the Fae, the thief who died 3 times but escaped from the Lady of the Underworld thrice, and the changeling who longed to become human. There were kind people, not so kind people, and really, really bad people. Rich or poor, good or evil, in the end everyone dies in misery.
Girl, it is too early in your age to have a gothic stage. Okay, yeah, your parents have a point. These are pretty messed up. I want to hear the whole thing. Do you want to tell me more?
Okay, for example, Reed Miller's companion, the Shadow Weasel, who swore to never step into the moonlight again. Huh? No, that's not the type of stories like that! And anyway, those aren't exactly stories for kids! But I'm not a kid anymore! Maya also said that the outside world's way too dangerous for someone like me. Which is kind of rich for her. She can't even use the blessings of the moon goddess when she's about the same age as me.
Not everyone has a sensitivity to Kuvaki, my guy.
Still, it's fine. I'm super smart anyway. Before I caught her, she kept muttering about some stone. That means she must be looking for her pretty stones, right? If I find some pretty stones, I bet I can bribe her with ease, just like how Reed Miller lured the Fey Lady away. She'll take me away from here, right?
No, that's not how that works, girly.
Can you not say bribe like that? You're giving your friend a nice gift. That's totally normal. No need to make it so weird. Well, we'll be looking around this area anyway, so if we find any pretty pieces, we'll bring them back to you. Wow, really? Thank you so much.
Girl, you concern me.
Thank you so much. It would be great if I could find some pretty stones nearby.
Girl, you concern me so much.
Oh, that's Moonfall Silver. It's pretty, but it's not that rare here on Heasy Island. Maybe we should keep searching for something else?
Kasha.
May the light of the moon
Oh,
guide
would you like a magnetic stone, buddy?
We're back! Kasha, would you consider this a pretty stone? Wow, that was fast. You really are professional adventurers. You're amazing! Most is pretty easy peasy for us. Short of exploring some crazy deep underground labyrinth, there's taking photos at spots thousands of miles apart, maybe. What's wrong? It's a beautiful stone, sure, but I feel like it seems to be attracted to this big stone. Really? Paimon doesn't feel anything at all, because Paimon has skill issue. I'm not really sure either. It's just a vague hunch, I guess. Or someone told me, because it sounds very guided at the moment. It's like how Mai mentioned that Reed Miller encountered the Fey Princess through the guidance of the Moon Goddess. I guess this is premonition of mine. Must be something similar. Wow, is that what they call foresight? But wait, Paimon's pretty sure that the Moon Goddess wouldn't bother with something like that. She's probably way too busy for this kind of thing. So what does your premonition tell you to do? For example, that we should put the stone back there? I know I'm not a kid anymore, but I need to grow a bit to reach that high. Could you give me a hand, Traveler?
Girlie, you can climb. Oh, that's the same dialogue. Okay. Well, I plug... Oh. Okay, now what? It's gonna break in half. Oh, I fucked up. What did I do? Oh, I don't think that's a good thing. Oh, wait, maybe that's a good thing. If we're reforming the pieces. What the fuck did you do? Other than, you know, take this giant rock and put it over
an
there.
Answer from this world?
Kasha, what the fuck?
Wow! I was right! As soon as we put the two stones together, something really awesome happened. What the fuck? But now the stone we found is gone! It's okay. I was only trying to find fragments like that so I can bribe Mai in the first place. Now that we got this whole new story about a flying stone, the stone itself doesn't really matter anymore. Since Mai loves telling stories, I'm sure she'll be way more excited about this tale than just some old rocks. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon. Things didn't go exactly as I imagined, but I'm really happy with how it all turned out. Oh, and here's a pretty stone I found earlier. I think it's really beautiful, so I want you to have it as a thank you gift.
What fucking stone did she give us? Am I hallucinating? Didn't she? No, but she gave me another stone after doing the stone with stone magic. That's why I'm confused. What the fuck is she talking about? Was it like a different inventory stone? I'm assuming it's a different inventory stone. I'm gonna watch this back later and be like, oh, that's what it was.
Huh? What's that over there?
Hello? Huh? Kraka 3, you're back already? That's weird. You didn't collect the fragments, so why are you here so soon?
Hello?
I'm sorry. Please let me explain. There's a really good reason I'm dressed like this. It's not heresy or something, I swear.
Paimon hasn't even said anything?
Huh? Oh, so you're an adventurer from outside. By the Moon Goddess's silken locks, I thought you were... Wait a second. Why are you dressed like that? and acting like it's totally normal to boot. Well, this is my favorite outfit and the only one Genshin Impact will give me. Should I be wearing that green uniform from the Adventurers Guild instead? Also, why do you have a gas mask? Yeah, it's very steampunk-esque, but like, why? Wait, you're the one the Moon Maiden holds dear. Talented beyond belief and totally unfazed, even with all this Kuvaki turbulence.
About that, well, Paimon thinks we can skip over the details, but seriously, why are you dressed like that? And what are you doing here? What's even Kuvaki turbulence?
Pardon my rudeness. I am she who serveth the frost moon, born of the tides and bearer of High Priestess's mantle beneath the moon's silver gaze. This is in the subliminary sphere. In this subliminary sphere, I am known as Vernatska. But you two can just call me Verna. I'm currently on a secret mission to restore balance to the Kuvaki here. So, if I may, how should I dress you both? In this sublunary sphere, I am known as the Traveler, and this little one is Paimon.
And the big one's Hey! What are we, some kind of comedy duo now? And wait, you mentioned you're on a secret mission. It's not very secret if you just tell us immediately, is it? And calling yourself a high priestess while dressed like that? You're not fooling anyone, miss.
Well, you can't judge a book by the cover it wears, yes? We, too, have had scammers parading around Nasha Town in Frostmoon robes they clearly found somewhere. They picked up off of dead bodies or something. Oh, I know. A demonstration of our ancestors' blessings should convince you of my identity. Bear witness! Hey! Whoa, that Kuvaki power's intense. Paimon, run, I'll cover you!
Wait, seriously? Traveler, are you okay? Hey! Don't mess around, would you? Nothing happened! Oops, I forgot this outfit wards off Kuvaki. Hang on, I'll take it off and try again. Oh, but with the turbulence afoot, I might get a little nosebleed without my suit. Well, since this won't take long, I guess I'll be fine.
No, we're good. Okay, first I'll undo this strap here. You're gonna take off a Genshin cosplay. Well, a Genshin clothing item, which means it has to have 3 million belts on it, first of all, that you have to unstrap. Then it has multiple layers. Yeah, no, it's gonna take 3 hours for you to get out of that and then put it back on. Let's not.
Wait. No need to go that far. We believe in you. Just keep the suit on, please. Otherwise, we're gonna be standing here forever.
Great. Does that mean you two would be willing to help me with my mission? Okay, now we never said that.
Traveler, did Paimon pass out for a minute or 10? Why is she suddenly asking us about a promise we've never heard about? He's gotta be a fake. Paimon's sure of it.
I told you I'm not faking. Forget it. Let's put my identity aside for now. Like they say, small slips sink big ships. No, they don't. I've never heard that. If we leave the Kuvaki turbulence alone, we'll have a catastrophe on our hands before long. And you should get more people to help. Unfortunately, I can't. The others don't have my level of resistance. If I call in backup, they'll be dealing with much, much worse than a simple nosebleed. That's why having helpers like you two show up is a rare stroke of luck. Oh, is this like the Hollows and like you can't go into the Hollows without a certain type of resistance?
All right, fine. We're adventurers and we don't say no to folks in need, even if you seem a bit unreliable. But even Paimon can tell something's definitely off here. Maybe we can help.
Excuse me, I'll have you know that I'm the most reliable priestess there is. And you two have seen more reliable, so I'll share this super duper reliable foolproof plan with you. Let's cut to the chase. Those 2 rotating boulders are the cause of this Kuvaki turbulence. Ever since the time of the first moon chanter, Lady Alia, the Kuvaki and Thunderclap Reef has always been unstable. But things have gotten worse since those 2 large rocks fell from the sky. Oh, you mean the Fatui? As the scripture says, O Moon Maiden, even the immutable laws set by the dread sovereign of the firmament shall bend to your song, and even the tides of time and heaven's signs what was the next line again? Well, I'm sure you get the idea.
Paimon gets the idea that you're super unreliable.
Oh, come on! Forgetting one little verse in a prayer doesn't make me a bad priestess. Besides, we're not counting on prayers to fix this. We're using science. based on my calculations, those two stones are filled with powerful Kuvaki energies, which is why the balance here is particularly messed up. The solution's simple. We're gonna fight fire with fire. If we use other Kuvaki charge fragments and hit those boulders at precise angles, oh, we're doing rocket science. Quite literally. We'll be able to counteract the disruption and calm the turbulent Kuvaki down. That's not what I call foolproof, though. I get it. When I first looked at the results of my calculations, I thought, wait, can this even be? But numbers don't lie, you'll see.
No matter how serious you sound, it doesn't change how crazy this plan is.
Well, we don't know unless we try. But there's a problem. Krava 5 and Krava 7 who went looking for stone fragments still haven't come back.
5 and 7? Now that you say that, Paimon does remember you mentioning a Krava 3, was it?
That's right. Krava 5 and Krava 7 are successor models. These little fellows are amazing helpers. If only the original Krava 1 was still around. Well, that's a story for another time. I wish I could go find them myself, but my nose started bleeding like crazy after I took a few steps in.
And that's where we need to step in, right?
Oh my, Paimon, you're just as warm and kind as you look. Thank you so much for volunteering to help me.
Paimon's not doing this just for you. This is for everyone's sake. Wait, why did Paimon say something like that? In any case, everything will be okay as long as we help find Krava 5 and Krava 7 and those stone fragments, right?
Yes, and once you collected the stone fragments, just toss them up into those two large stones. That's the beauty of a proper scientific solution. It works no matter who tries it. That's not the case for most science stuff. All right, my ever-reliable traveler in Paimon, I'll be crowding on you two. I really like this Verna. She's very relatable. I love that she's like, I'm trying my best, and honestly, same. Okay.
Ah, found it. Oh.
Well, we shoved Flynn's.
Wait, is this Krava 3 or 5? Ugh, whatever. It's like that cat crawled into a jar and can't get out. Let's send them back.
Okay. Well. Hey, are you guys part of this? No? Well, I have a rock. Now, what do I do with said rock? Rock go boom. Rock send here. Rock go. Rock no go. No rock. That don't do anything. Okay, rock don't do that. Rock go here. Rock no go here. Rock go here. Rock no go here. Rock here. Rock no here. Oh. Well, that would be it. Rock go there.
Nothing's happening. Do we need more fragments?
Okay, so I have to go inside to get more rocks. Unless you want to give me one. Oh, you're dead. Never mind. Don't look at me. Okay, I just came here too early. Enter the cave and search for fragments. All right.
Huh? The robots seem to be pointing in that direction. Have they detected something? Looks like this way's blocked by that rock over there.
Okay. Move.
Is this the way to go?
Okay. I'm following y'all. Uh-huh. Oh, it reset my thing. Okay. You come? Perfect. Okay, so they just reset. I just did this puzzle a little too early. Is what I'm understanding right now. All right, come along. All right, can you open this up for me? Okay, now what? They all shut down. Combine with your powers. Combine. You'll turn into, a jumping puzzle. Oh.
Ah, same deal over here. It got the fragment, but it's stuck. What was Verna thinking when she set them all up? Fucking stupid, goddamn. Oh.
Goodness, how the world has changed.
Okay, now I have to follow you
Might I
back,
ask?
right? Flint does not get to ask. Oh, and everything's shutting down. Oh, well, great. Oh, we can't get out.
What should we do? Doesn't look like we can leave through here. Wait, I must see some light over there. Maybe there's another way out? We finally made it out. Paimon didn't expect that collapse. So scary. Good thing we managed to find another exit. With all that noise just now, Verna must have heard it too, right? Paimon better hurry back and bring her here before he tries to dig up into the cave. She might get herself trapped.
Taking advantage of her ability to fly, Paimon goes around the other side and doesn't let me read the actual dialogue. Huh? It collapsed? How did this happen? Traveler and Paimon, are you both alright?
You mean you didn't hear that huge noise just now? And it's a little too late to say, are you alright, isn't it? We're standing here, aren't we?
Sorry, I was busy calibrating Kraka 3, so I wasn't paying attention. Indeed, you have proven exceptionally trustworthy, Traveler, more so than even myself as a priestess. If I encountered these circumstances, I fear I would have been at a complete loss. Alright, let's see what you've been up to, little Krakas. Well, aren't you a right troublemaker? You found the pieces, but didn't come back on time, so Traveler and Paimon had to turn this place upside down just looking for you.
Well, they found the pieces, but then got trapped on their way back. Don't you think you might have messed up the settings up somewhere, Verna?
Certainly not. I'm a direct apprentice of the famous Papa Wrench, the finest mechanic on Hisi Island. There is no way I'd mess up a simple recall function. Nope, definitely not.
Don't think Paimon didn't hear you hesitate. And let's face it, bad recall function or not, they didn't return, and that's a fact.
Oh, but they have returned. You two reliable souls did bring them back, didn't you? Now all we have to do is toss the fragment up like you did previously, and everything should go off without a hitch.
You are seriously sidestepping the issue here.
As the sacred prayer goes, O great Father of Genesis, forger of the tripled moons, let your wrath right that askewed throne to that fair one may become thy... what comes next? Forget the chant. Scientifically speaking, no matter the problem, a few good whacks will do the trick. Percussive maintenance, go! Yeah, science. Are we sure this won't go horribly wrong?
Yeah, you can't phrase this in a way that doesn't sound risky.
Rest assured, I've been secretly... I've been thoroughly researching this for a long time and can vouch that this is a very reliable plan. And we did test it once just now, didn't we?
Guess we got no choice but to try at this point.
Okay, now I'm chucking that up there. Yeet! Ooh, the synth is really nice. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
What's going on now? The Kuvaki feels even more unstable than before.
Is this all part of the plan? So much for that intricate plan of yours. No need to panic. This is just a minor technical issue. Nothing to worry about. We've successfully adjusted the Kuvaki from a chaotic state to a reverse chaotic state. Now we just need to nudge it back to normal. Think about it this way. If things have already gone from bad to incomprehensible, there's no room left for it to get any worse. Right?
Your explanation is what's incomprehensible. How did you stay so calm when everything's falling apart?
Because panicking won't help. Staying calm. Let's think clearly and find a way out of this mess. I'm sorry. I lied. I'm totally freaking out. I'm just trying to look like I'm not. Traveler, Paimon, what in the moon's name are we supposed to do?
So you're gonna dump the problem on us now? Hey, if you're really a priestess of the Frost Moon Science, don't you have some kind of prayer or spell that can help stop the storm?
You say it like such things exist. That's why we place our trust in science. Yes, we still got science, don't we? Now, let me check. Just as I expected, Kraka 3's reading suggests that a source of faint Kuvaki traces nearby, almost identical to that of the other fragments. If the first two fragments tip the Kuvaki into a reverse chaotic state, then the third one should be able to bring it to a state of minimized turbulence. Yeah, that has to be it. So it was just a miscalculation after all. I knew the plan itself was absolutely foolproof. Traveler, Paimon, this way.
Looks like we don't have any other leads. We might as well file a Verna. Come on, Traveler.
We found it. See? I told you to trust in the power of science. You arrive at last, hero of Elysium. Elysium? In my Honkai Impact 3rd? There's someone here too? Who are you? I am the dawn's first breath upon the world's weary brow, the final draught of nectar drawn from a bitter well. I am mother to all and daughter to all. Is that a prayer? It seems like this place is turning into a gathering spot for priestesses.
That does sound like a part of a rite, but it's a verse only a moon chanter is allowed to recite.
A true priestess would never get the sequence of their prayers wrong. Another fraud in a borrowed robe. I've seen plenty of your kind.
Last time it was a woman called Hidimbi. She too dressed the part, played a role, and fooled quite a few.
But tough luck for you, imposter. You've got a real priestess right here, and I can see through your disguise.
Do the mask carvings determine the actor's worth? That matters as she sits in that seat, and thus she plays the role. In the sublunary sphere, are we not all masked? It is merely that some veils can be seen and others not.
Whoa. That sounds profound. If nothing else, she sounds more priestessy than you, Verna.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I can't help but agree. It's okay, Verna, even if you are an imposter. Excuse you, I'm not the imposter, she is! Ugh, you outsiders are so easily tricked. Ignore the sweet words and look past the surface for once, why don't you? Never mind. According to my calculations, you've hidden the fragment we're looking for inside this moon mirror, isn't that right? That's no trinket for common hands. Hand it over or I'll use the moon goddess's favor to give your head a very enthusiastic blessing. Oh, she's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Are you a priestess or a thug, Verna?
She could be both, in theory. What? You want me to bow kiss the forehead of this scammer and sing her a dainty hymn while we're at it? Now's not the time for etiquette.
Your desires unfurl before me like threads, and I have traced their destined weave. But this is no place for us to speak. Walk with me, and I shall lay bare the tapestry.
Huh? Where did she go? She just disappeared. That strange lady. Who exactly is she? She doesn't seem like a bad person.
I feel like she's someone from the past. Scammers never seem like villains when you first see them. That's exactly how they pull the wool over the victim's eyes. Who knows where she stole that garb from? But she can't fool me. I knew she was a fake the instant I laid eyes on her.
Paimon doesn't get all this religious stuff, but even though she talks funny, she sounds so gentle and kind.
I can speak more gently too, you know. That imposter just happens to have a nicer manner of speech, greater skill in channeling the moon goddess's blessing, and more experience with using the moon mirror. Huh. All right. I know she looks more like a Frost Moon Scion priestess than I do. Well, that doesn't matter now. I'm the real one and she's the fake. What matters is catching up to her and taking that fragment back. Let's follow the moon lane up this way. It may be an old method with zero scientific basis, but since we're out of options, we might as well. Verna's literally not helping her case. She is trying her best. Can I? There we go. I was like, can I Kubaki this? Ooh, I almost got shot by lightning. Again. Wait, come back. Oh. That's a big mirror.
We meet again, hero of Elysium.
Get it right! It's heroes, plural. Now hand over the fragment, imposter. Pretty please.
Is what you seek not right before your eyes?
Ha! I knew you wouldn't give it up without a fight. Guess I'll have to give you that blessing to the head. Wait, what did you say? You're just giving it to us? Then why have us come all this way in the first place?
Because this is where it must happen. Fate demands it. I've waited too long, endured too much, all for this moment. All for the birth of a god.
Okay, not to Scaramouche and Dodore this, but like, what are you trying to do?
But it matters not. Soon it will end, and the newborn god will drape the world in true joy.
Homie, are you hallucinating? What are you talking about?
Via, I have glimpsed it in the mirrors of stars. There is no place for her in a world where the god has now been born.
First off, it's Verna, not Via. Do you know what's ridiculous? Wait, you weren't talking about me, were you?
Indeed. So then, do what must be done. The ending you seek awaits.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Wait! We're not here to hurt you or anything. You're just so vague and cryptic all the time. It's getting on Paimon's nerves. And what's with the Kavaki turbulence around here? Why is that fragment in your hands? This ending we seek would be sure be nice if there's an explanation of, well, anything.
Patience. Once all comes to an end, we'll meet again.
Huh?
You seek answers, do you not? When the moment comes, the path ahead will open. Well then, I shall await you at the court of the first edict.
Huh? But isn't the court of the first edict already gone? O nightingale, who soars above the plate. Okay, I can't read that. Hey, stop right there! I think I died. I don't think...
Ah! Traveler, watch out! Looks like someone's smoking up!
Oh, that is part of the story. Okay.
Close
okay.
your eyes.
I was just like, hello? What is trying to kill me?
Extinguished power.
Everyone run! Surely 3 DPS is absolutely no support to do this, right?
Laid bare. Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed.
Be silent. Night falls.
Aether is the best cheerleader. He's doing his best. Ah! This is unbelievable! Who did this fraud think she is? The nerve of her, taking control of a sacred Frost Knight Scion and turning it against us? We'll be giving that head of hers a blessing and discernment. Is she really taking control of it, I wonder?
Yeah. Paimon thinks there's a good chance that it was the lightning strikes from earlier that woke the Frost Knight Scion up.
Well, then that too must have been her doing. If she can wield Kuvaki and knows our prayers inside out, pulling off something like that would be a piece of cake. Anyway, first things first. Let's gather the remaining Kuhenki on the island, extract the last fragment from the moon mirror, and stabilize the disturbance once and for all. Well, there's one. Hi, buddy. Well, that's one. Oh, it's making a thing of mirrors. It's gonna trap her in there, isn't it? Bro, she's gonna get trapped in there, for sure. Well, now... Where did Verna go? Don't tell me Verna is just like someone being imposterized and she's like... Kind of what happened in Natlan for a second. I'm scared. Okay, now I'm gonna have to...
We just move the stone statues in the mirror and gather something. I can't read anything that says things. Now how the hell do I do this?
Wait, no, I have to push. No, go back. Pull, pull, pull. Thank you. Ah, your worst enemy returns puzzles, right. And then push. Great, great. We're doing so well. Now pull. And then pull. This goes on the other track. Stealing your rock. Well, stealing multiple of your rocks.
I'll keep this close.
Take this. And this. Go, go. Okay, great. Oh, and now that... Okay. Okay, so we're just putting more rocks into that giant totem. See, all according to plan. The Kuvaki turbulence has been neutralized.
That was nothing like your original plan! Without the accidents along the way, Paimon can't tell if you're an optimistic or just shameless!
I'll take that as a compliment. After all, being pessimistic and risk-averse won't get us through situations like this. Literally, what plan? There was no plan here.
Okay, fair enough. But Paimon can't help but wonder why you're out here all on your own! Shouldn't the other Scions be helping you out in some way?
Well, since you've helped me get this far, I suppose I should come clean. This island is
in a way, considered a forbidden place for us Frost Moon Scions. I may have committed an even greater sin.
Forbidden, but we're just able to walk in.
In our territories, that's not so uncommon. What truly holds people back isn't the walls they see, but the ones they've built within their hearts.
Oh. Wow, that was very philosophical, Verna.
Since when did you get so philosophical?
I'm just gonna steal Paimon's line.
Hey, wait! Don't dodge the question!
Seriously though, I wanted to try solving the problems using robots. You probably know this already, but most of us Frost Moon Scions aren't exactly big fans of tech. I thought if my plan went well this time, maybe I could finally convince those blockheaded, those very steady, if rather conservative, higher-ups to reconsider their stance. Now, hold on. I can say that, can't I? Technically, the robots were part of our operation, and since we succeeded, they clearly played their part in our success, right? Even though the part they played wasn't constructive, pretty sure my part in your success was far greater. Of course! Your contribution is beyond question, Traveler, but for the greater good, sometimes a little rhetorical embellishment is necessary. Ugh, I can't even convince myself. But hey, if not this time, then there's always next time. I'll keep pushing forward, and one day these little fellas will make a big difference. I believe they will.
Okay, but before we start talking about the future, those two big rocks, they flew off in that direction, right?
They did, and if we go that way, we'll end up at the court of the first edict.
The court of the first edict? Wait, isn't that where that strange lady, you know, the one who seemed more priestessy than you do, Verna, said she was headed?
You're breaking my heart, Paimon. Even now, you still think that suspicious lady priestess's act is more convincing than I am. Anyway, I'm sure she was just bluffing because, well, the court of the first edict was sealed off 500 years ago. Well, that's convenient. That place used to be one of our sacred sites. 500 years ago, Lady Alia, the moon chanter who witnessed the birth of the Moon Maiden, personally sealed it shut. So that's probably Lady Alia. Forget some outsider con artist. Even after generations of moon chanters, no one has ever broken the seal Lady Alia placed. It's not for a lack of trying, just that no one's ever succeeded.
Ugh, that leaves us with no clues at all. How are we supposed to track her down now?
Don't worry, I've already come up with another brilliant plan. Although, it might need just a tiny bit of prep. Just a little. Probably? Okay, I'll go clean up the robots first. Thanks for all your help, Traveler and Paimon. Oh, fair frost moon, weave for me a gentle hymn and bless the nightingale-hearted wayfarers, for ye have stolen the fell curse of the north wind, and the silver spire that sought to pierce the firmament shall no longer... well, I never did memorize Lady Alia's prayers properly. Anyway, thank you. May we meet again. 25, 26...
Huh? What are you counting?
Shh, keep it down. Oh, forget it. It's not like I was gonna catch anything anyway. Come on, kid. Isn't it obvious? I'm timing my cast. What, do you think I was waving this rod around to cast spells or something? Well, you are a member of the Frost Moon Scion, so maybe that's not far off base. I have not seen a single person wave around a wand like that. That's just a stereotype at this point. Maybe you're catching bestest travel companions. Who knows? Huh?
Hey, don't make it sound like anyone can fish up their bestest travel companion with a casual cast. Wait, that's not even the point here. Anyway, this is the first time Paimon's seen someone time their fishing down to the second.
Well, what matters is your fishing technique, not how long you stand on the shore. Old Ilmari never got that. No wonder he never caught anything. Huh. So I take it you two must be treasure hunters?
No, we're adventurers, but we do take on work. Do you need something?
Pretty much. As long as you're up for getting paid to do a job, who you are is all the same to me. I got something you could help with if you got the time. You see, I'm the best angler on Hisi Island by a long shot. No one, not even successive generations of moon chanters, could surpass me in fishing.
Really? That's amazing. Wait, that doesn't mean anything. Fishing isn't a part of a moonchanter's job.
Still, even with all this skill, I haven't caught a single fish lately. Makes no sense, right? So obviously the problem isn't with me, but with the environment. Just as it is with the cursed Ayokrati, where there must be something underwater affecting the fish. Well, actually, it was a bunch of stuff, and we already solved that. So there was no fish in there. It was just an island, and homie just needed to move locations, okay?
It seems like quite the leap in logic.
Anyway, I was hoping you two could check the nearby waters and see what's scaring the fish off. Don't worry, you'll be properly compensated for your efforts.
Well, since there's a reward involved, we'll take a look around, but no promises we'll actually find anything weird, okay?
Please check the area and see what's scaring the fish off. Okay, well, it's not a repeated thing. Ooh, scary fish. Oh, there's some light over there. All right, let's see how many times I accidentally drowned someone. Oh, give me that. That's my fish now. Well, what's this? I don't like that whatever that is down there, but sure.
Hey, Gwenky, would you help?
Rise! Arise! We'll be reunited? Oh, a mirror. Okay, sure. We can just have mirrors out here. All right. Hey, so buddy. Oh, that's my fish. That's my fish. My fish. My fish. Fish! 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 Anyway, buddy, there's a giant mirror in the water. Is that your fault? You're not going to say anything because I didn't get prompted for anything. That's going to be important later. That's also going to be important later. Fish. I don't know what this guy's doing, but the fish is everywhere. Oh, I'm going to drown Dane. Not Dane. I'm going to drown Flynn's if I do this. There you go. There is probably an easier way to do this. However... Nah. Oh, what is that? Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, bud. Do this.
All right, that should do it. Paimon doesn't see any fish. Could there be something in the water down here? Traveler, let's take a look around.
I already did that part, though. Unless there's another mirror. I'm gonna have to stab you for a second. Sorry, bud. Did you do it? Okay, cool. Has to be more, though. Please give me your rocks. Wait, where did my mirror go? Oh my god, it fucking reset. God damn it.
God damn it.
Hold on. And then it does a mirror. Cool. And then I can... Oh! Give me that. All right, big rock, go! That's a big chunk. That's a really big chunk over there. Okay, so how's the fish looking? Oh, that just spawned out of nowhere. How's the fish going? Hey, did you see that? I don't even know what happened. One moment I was looking away, and the next thing I knew, a big rock just flew off. You explained what happened earlier. Oh my! I have no idea what any of that means, but if you can pull off something that amazing, you must have the Moon Maiden's favor. Oh, the Moon Goddess protects. She protects indeed. Now I can fish here to my heart's content. So long as that annoying bard doesn't bring his pet over or, goddess forbid, start singing. What you got against Tolfeen, bro? As promised, here's your payment. Though I haven't caught any fish lately, I've reeled in all kinds of other stuff. Some of which could be worth quite a bit. Not that more is much use around Hisi Island anyway, so it's all yours. Thanks for your help. Now it's time to fish in peace. So about that, buddy, I took all the fish already. I'm gonna steal some fish.
Ah, it's so deep. Looks like there's an even bigger space down below.
Hey, you two! Are you trying to get yourselves killed?
Don't just stand there. Get over here and keep your voice down.
Oh. What happened to the Kavaki energy?
Ah, you scared Paimon. She didn't expect to find anyone else in a place like this. Why are you hiding? Shh, I told you to keep quiet, buddy. Judging by your chubby looks, you wouldn't even happen to be the daughter of some Northland Fae Lord, could you?
I could be a Fae Lord if I was married to Flynn's. I mean, what? Who said that?
Hey, what do you mean by chubby looks? Paimon's not chubby at all, and Paimon's not a Fae either.
We're adventurers. Miss Paimonova, at this juncture, I suggest that we feign...
Feign what? And who's this Miss Paimonova anyway? In any case, this is Traveler and Paimon is his guide. We're adventurers who've come to investigate this deep pit.
Yes, of course. You're adventurers. Definitely not nobility. We all need to wear some masks, am I right? But since you all introduced yourselves, I should, for my part, do as some decorum dictates. Maite Velu, heir to the legendary thief Reed Miller. Don't worry, that's my real name.
This is like the 5th person that's just like, ah, yes, I'm the descendant of Reed Miller. Bro, we all can't be descendants of Reed Miller. A legendary thief, Reed Miller?
It's alright if you're unfamiliar. Rest assured, I'm a master thief, not some small-time crook. Your belongings are safe where they sit in your pockets. However, you're a terrible liar, buddy. Tell me, what kind of guide leads people straight into a deep pit?
Well, Paimon does quite a lot.
We did that because we're adventurers!
All right. If I'm not mistaken, you're here for the Crab Tsar's treasure too, aren't you?
Who? I see. The crabby booty. Which Gen Alpha person is on the writing team?
Reed Miller's crabby booty.
Genshin Impact. I love that. The person who wrote this needs a raise.
Huh? What kind of a nickname is that? That's right. You know your stuff, brother. My target is the crabby booty. It's the most precious treasure hidden in Crab Tsar's palace below. The Svardoka stone that can manipulate human desires. This is what I seek. Ah! It hit Paimon in the face after hearing all this talk about these and some Crab Tsar. This must be some kind of children's adventure game, right? So, how do you know that there's treasure here? Aha! That Master Thief's secret, buddy. What's it gonna be? Interested in the team up? I've already scouted out the palace routes and have a good idea of where the treasure is. But I'm a Master Thief, not a mercenary. I can't defeat that despicable Crab Tsar all by myself. If I could, I wouldn't be hiding here waiting for it to lower its guard. Huh? If you're a Master Thief, why do you have to confront the palace owner head-on? Wouldn't that make you a robber instead? That shows you're an amateur, buddy. You can't get into the treasure without defeating the palace owner. I mean, that's just how things work in business. Once we get that stone and sell it for a good price, we'll split it 50-50, and I'll even hook you up with my informant. Interested?
I still don't think stealing is right. Leave it to me. I'm a world-famous thief after all. I don't think stealing is right.
Even though she's being super cryptic about it, we're basically just looking for a stone in this cave, right? It might be dangerous to leave her alone down here. Best we follow her and keep an eye on her.
All right, let's go and take a look. Your wish is my command, Miss Paimonova.
Don't join her in talking nonsense, Traveler! Right, let's get to it then. Stay close and don't get lost.
I'm gonna get lost. Yoink, yoink.
Huh? The marks in the ground look familiar.
There has to have been a stone that got here.
Keep your voice down. That thing's scarily strong and lately, well, never mind. Just let me read the fucking dialogue, Genshin, for once. Oh no, it's a terrifying crab Tsar. You guys make like the way and I'll distract it. Huh? What's this crab running away? Hey, those little crabs. Where are they hiding just now? Look, Traveler, this little crab seems to be trying to give us something.
Something? Oh, thank you. Apparently I need to be back there.
Ah, a huge rock blocking your path it just shattered. Ha! That's the key, all right. Nothing less. Looks like these little guys can see that we're on their side. Hey, we aren't technically seen to hear from them. There's no ordinary crustacean pal. It's the most vicious, ruthless. It's just a fucking crab!
Anyway, Genshin, hey, would you like to let me read the dialogue for once in your life?
Heh, don't worry, since it was the crabs who blocked our path.
Hobie. Genshin Impact. This is my plea. This is my plea to the Genshin Impact devs. I am begging you to let me read the dialogue while we're in the overworld. At least let it last for a few more seconds so I can read the sentence. Okay? Literally, what in the ZZZ? Ugh. Anyway, here. Feed the rock crab. Is that Mademoiselle Crabaletta? I think she's a little too distinguished to be down here. Sick. All right, now.
Is this an answer from this world?
Okay, he's just going. Oh, well, that's kind of rude. Well, first of all, would you mind? Hold on. I'm floating. I need this. God damn it. I need this to unlock, I'm assuming that thing. Can I have this? Thank you. Can I put this over there? Rock? I absorb rock. Oh, I did not absorb rock. Rock go there. Rock appear. Okay, well, now that's there. Would you like laka berries? Buddy! I like that they shake their tiny little butts while eating the laka berries. That's still there, by the way. I can see it.
I'll keep this close.
Oh. Search for traces of the crab Tsar. Investigate.
What point this way is blocks?
Anyone here?
The way is blocked too, buddy. Ugh. Only we had abilities like those Frost Moon weirdos do.
So you're not from the Frost Moon Scions, okay.
Huh? Looks like there's no way forward. Where'd that big crab escape to? Oh, this is the problem. These mirrors were left behind by those Frost Moon weirdos. Only they and the crab Tsar can travel through them. So that big crab actually went inside the mirrors? But it's just a crab, so where did it learn how to do that? Well, it probably has something to do with that cursed stone of desire. Better find the wall first, buddy, in case you fall over from what I'm about to tell you. I, Maite Velu, am actually a member of the Conch Gang, here to gather intel.
Oh, so you're from the Conch Gang.
Run, Miss Pymanova, hold them off! Run! Wait, what's so scary about that? Also, what kind of corny reaction is that? And who's Miss Pymanova anyway? Ha! That's normal to react that way when you hear our name. But don't worry, buddy, I'm not your enemy. Anyway, forget about that for now. Just so you know, I've been observing this place for quite some time already. Truth is, His Majesty the Crab Tsar used to be quite docile and couldn't travel through these mirrors either. That is, until recently when it found that stone from who knows where. By which I mean that the big stone you saw is carrying on its back. Since then, its temperament has taken a particularly deadly turn. Evil, cruel, easily agitated. Sometimes it even uses pincers to crush other little crabs, turning this place upside down. Wait, so the treasure you're looking for is actually the stone on its back? No wonder you'll say we'll have to defeat it first. That's right, buddy. According to the stories, Lovia, the High Priestess of the Frost Moon, was also once bewitched by one such stone of desire 500 years ago. The desperate pleas of Lady Alia moved the master thief, Reed Miller, to steal that cursed stone, and he captured her heart in the process. Why else would she have remained unmarried for life?
I see. Is this what you wish for, ruler of Elysium?
Ah! No, I wasn't scared. I'm the heir of the legendary thief, Reed Miller. Anyway, identify yourself now! Whoa! That priestess who appeared near the thunderclap reef earlier! Verna said you were fake, though.
Ruler of Elysium? Are you talking about Maite? Are you talking about Paimon? Are you talking about me? I'm assuming it's Maite. Well, it's technically me, but I think Maite would be funnier.
Stop pulling my leg, brother! Do I look like a person of lordly caliber to you? That title suits you much better, don't you think?
Huh?
So, what are you doing in a place like this, buddy? Eyes up! You're all alone while there's 3 of us. We are a fellowship of 3 people, and if you wish to seize us and take us to the Frost Moon, then you're out of luck! Even back when Snezhnogrod had the legendary Reed Miller.
Fear not. I'm not your enemy. Still, Reed Miller. Is that the name you have chosen to follow in this sublunary sphere?
Of course! Anyway, I've got no interest in plots and schemes in the shadows. What exactly do you want? Out with it! Yeah! And didn't you tell us to wait for you at the Court of First Edict earlier?
No. There's no need for such meaningless words. You're only here for the treasure. I know that. I've known it from the beginning. Cast your gaze that way. Look beneath the mirror. When the mirror shatters, you'll find that cursed object that corrupts the hearts of men. As for me...
She dies.
Hey! Wait, don't go! Whoa, she's gone again! Who in the world is that priestess? I don't know either. That one's always acting all mysterious, just like Alia from the story. Those Frost Moon folks are always like this, never telling you the whole tale. But I suppose there's no other choice now. Let's follow her advice and go look that way.
Oh.
Ah! The mirror! Is that the big crab from just now?
Oh, you look like you're drowning, buddy.
Ah! Watch your step, Traveler! Good thing the priestess lady learned it from the mirror, otherwise it would have gotten really hurt. Yeah, looks like she didn't mean us any harm. Alright, let's chase it down. All we gotta do is lay smack, and then let me read the dialogue!
Fine, I'll just go this way. It's fine. It's fine. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. My blood pressure is not going any further up because I'm big mad that they won't let me read any of the dialogue. I'm so fine. Don't worry about me. There's literally a teleport. What am I doing here?
Ha! Nowhere to run now, huh? I know these grounds like the back of my hand, and I can tell you we got it cornered. Once we take it down here, this'll all be over. What do you say? Are you ready?
Sure. I feel like this is just like, hey, you want to change your team? No. I will use my really messed up team with multiple DPSs in it.
All right, let's do this. Time to show that fellow what a proper no-holds-barred frontal sneak attack looks like. Right, a frontal sneak attack. Wait, can you even call it a sneak attack if we do it from the front?
Oh, but they still let me change my party anyway, so thank you for that.
Is this an answer from this world?
Are you gonna go forward? No? You know what? I'm gonna make bad choices. We're just gonna use my very low-level Flins. Hi, buddy! Okay. How do I calm the crab Tsar? Can I get launched? I would love to get launched. That'd be fun. Launch me. Launch me. Oh, that hurt. Never mind. That was not a launch. Okay, so how do I do that?
Oh, speaking of which, it looks like we can use the stone fragments on these crabs past through a mirror too. Traveler, let's try to use the stones to force it out.
Okay, but now I can't attack it. You want to come over here? Is this just mechanics, bro? Uh-huh. Hi, buddy. Oh, I can see. Oh, where are you going? Uh-huh. Oh. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Whoa! That hurt. Owie. Owie. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Give me that. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Uh-huh. You know what would be fun? I wish that the actual, like, fighting was timed to the music. I know this is not the type of game, but I feel like that'd be fun. Ooh. Traveler can make it. Traveler can make it. Traveler can make it. All right, come over here. Come over here. Where are you? Up here. Show yourself.
This is not the end.
Don't worry about that. No one died. No one died. Ooh. This is a very intense moment. Can I have a rock? Can I please have a rock? No, don't miss. Okay, cool. The chorus is very sick. Oh, it's going back. Was that an important piece? Did we need that? That seems like an extra thing.
It blew away.
Have you come searching for me?
Ah! It's the purple-haired priestess! She appeared out of nowhere again! You could say we came to find you! You just didn't reveal your identity earlier when Verna was here. Now it's just us. You can say anything you want! Like, you can talk about the whole deal with this Court of First Edict! You said you'd be waiting for us there, so how come you're here?
Guiding the prophesized ruler of Elysium is our first mission in the sublunary sphere. I know who you are and what you want. I can see the threads of fate woven by moonlight. So, stop pursuing me. It's pointless.
You just show up out of nowhere, bro. I'm not doing anything.
It's always like this. Always. Promising to take me away, then always leaving me behind. The time is no different. Asking those questions just to give me false hope so I would stay. Waiting for a salvation that will never come. Isn't that right?
No, that's not what I meant! Please don't cry! We're adventurers and we love helping others! If you need help with anything, just tell us! She's gone again. Who in that world is that strange lady?
I don't think she's a good person. I don't think she's a bad person. Lauma might know. Lauma might know, but okay, here's my theory. My theory is that she's the girl in the Tale of Reed Miller, right? Which he steals her heart away, and she's also the first moon chanter, according to, I think, one of the quests beforehand. So, Lady Alia, who is this person, was stolen away like 500 years ago by Reed Miller, and I'm assuming because Reed Miller was sentenced to death, he never actually got to run away with her. And this is just a repeat of what's happening 500 years ago. And instead of her talking to us, she's actually talking to Reed Miller right now, you know? Plus, I'm assuming the conch gang that Maite was a part of before, that has to do with the other book. I think it's called Conch Echoes or something like that, where it's based off of the Lord of the Flies. Like the IRL book, not like an actual book in Genshin, which it's a group of children that band together to try and like survive the harsh realities of the world, which I'm assuming that's a reference to that. So I'm assuming all these books are going to tie together by the end of this quest. I'm starting to think that huge-ass stone pillar is an Irminsul. Like, you think it's a tree? I think it's a nail. It might be like a piece of a nail or something. Llama might know.
Oh, right! Since she's dressed like a frost moon scion, Llama must know her. Let's ask her about it the next time we meet, shall we? Hey, wait, where's Maite? Well, buddy, how's it going? Have you calmed down? Seems like it's hiding away out of regret after all the terrible things it did to those little crabs while under the stone's influence. That's kind of sad. It's all right. Let it reflect on its actions for now. Those who do bad things must be punished. This is the fate of all evil rulers. Still, Paimon didn't expect that stone to fly away like that. Well, it's not a bad thing. If it had actually circulated on the market, it might have hurt even more people. Because capitalism is bad. Here, have this too. Now that His Majesty the Tsar has become docile once more, my observation notes are complete. And from now on, you're a friend of the Conch Gang. When you dine at Speranza Restaurant in Nasha Town, just mention the name Maite.
And collect my free meal ticket?
No, I don't have that kind of pull yet. You'll still need to settle your bills with Big Sis Katya. Huh? What's the point of mentioning your name, then? Of course there's a point! If Big Sis Katya's in a good mood, she might even buy you all drinks or something. So it still depends on someone else's mood. Then even if she isn't feeling up to it, I'll still buy you drinks. No, I'll treat you to a meal. I'll have enough work a few days for the funds, though. Promise is a promise, and one good turn deserves another. That's the rule set by the legendary Reed Miller. So take this IOU, buddy.
Maite's IOU. An IOU note from Maite. According to her, this can be redeemed for a free meal at the Speranza restaurant in Nasha Town.
Hi, Maite gave us this and said if we just mention her name.
Foods and drinks will be on the house. Big Sis Katya might buy us drinks if she's in a good mood. Oh, Maite's friends then? Great, you're in luck. This stuff's on the house today. Please look out for her when you can. You're also welcome to dine at Speranza anytime. Hot dog! Hot dog! Hot dog! Let's go! Maite's notes. Notes written on a page printed with a conch pattern. These are observation notes written by Maite about the crab Tsar before it became influenced by Kuvaki. They contained a great deal of unverified speculation about a Brachioran society. Maite's notes.
The crab Tsar lives right next to those weirdos, the Frost Moon Scions. They say he's hundreds of years old, and honestly, how else would he get so big? He's far, far larger than any crab I've ever seen. In fact, his home isn't a normal shell at all. It's a massive hill-like conch, bigger than the ones we paint on our flags. That's like a tiny fortress. Stranger still, Kuvaki-filled moss grows all over it, glowing like stars in the dark cave. Who knows? Maybe that's the crab Tsar's crown. Given all that, it makes perfect sense the smaller crabs nearby have ended up as his subjects. Poor little things. They're always scurrying around, dragging food like laka berries, tiny fish, and all sorts of other stuff I can't even name into the cave steps, instead of just enjoying it right there and then. Twice I even saw them hauling back shiny pebbles and bits of moonfall silver. Maybe that's the tax they owe the Tsar? Folks say that back in the days of the Master Thief Reed Miller, the governor sent by Snezhnaya used to collect taxes just like that from the people of Nasha Town. Yeah, I bet that's what's happening here and something along those lines. That said, I'm starting to think the crab Tsar isn't all that interested in an endless stream of laka berries and fish. Just yesterday afternoon, I saw it emerge from its hole for a moment. It moved so slowly, like every step weighed a mountain, and the pebbles on the ground shook with each step it took. Then this tiny crab came scuttling over, dragging the saddest little fish you've ever saw right up to its feet. The Tsar just lowered its head, gave it a glance, and casually waved one of its massive pincers. The poor panicky little crab immediately dropped the fish and then scurried straight back into the sand. The Tsar didn't eat the fish. It just nudged the fish aside with a smaller claw, then lay still, staring out towards the sea. Or at least, that's what it looked like to me. I'm telling you, being a king must be lonely. All the other crabs are scared of him. It may have a fortress and maybe even a crown, but it has no friends he can reach out to with his claws. Not like the tasseled jelly can with its tentacles. Semyon says jellyfish communicate that way, so I guess crabs must use their claws for something like that? I really do wonder where it found that enormous shell. Was there a king even bigger than the Tsar who lived there before? And if he keeps growing, will he move into an even grander palace next? I almost thought about bringing some ripe laka berries to get a closer look, but maybe not. A master thief has no business getting too close to royalty. That kind of curiosity only leads to trouble.
The Pekani guy mentioned Ilmari was the old sky god who made the Sampo. Sampo being a mill that can produce about anything is also the finished version of the world tree or world pillar. Oh, wait, if it's a world tree, then I think you might be onto something then. That's probably, okay, so maybe, do we think that the governor from the book could have possibly been one of the dragons then? I don't know about one of the dragons, but like someone way before 500 years ago who was usurped by, maybe a moon god. I don't think it's a moon god. Which book? In the Legend of Reed Miller, there's an important thing saying that Reed Miller has been trying to steal away the sample mill from the governor. And the governor has a daughter. The daughter is the reason why the sample mill kind of generates its power. So I'm thinking, if Lady Alia is the daughter, and she's the one speaking to Reed Miller because they have a romantic connection, then the governor has to be someone who is here before the heavenly principles usurped power from Teyvat. Maybe the governor is Nibelung, if anything. So I think Reed Miller is Lemminkäinen, which is funny because Lempo and Lemminkäinen have the same word, which mean lover. Oh, wait, so like Lempo Isle would be tied to Reed Miller then. Which makes sense, actually, since we get a lot of Reed Miller lore from the quest in this area, too. I think this is a theory that is, in fact, I think you're cooking. Now, my new question is, if this is Reed Miller, this island belongs to, like, Reed Miller lore. This island belongs to Lady Alia lore. I'm assuming this has to do with the governor's lore, then, in that case.
Oh, right! Do you remember when Verna mentioned a place called the Court of First Edict? Paimon thinks it's somewhere over in Hisi Island. If we got some time to spare, why don't we take a look?
Oh, and we have notes, too. Oh, it's Traveler and Paimon. Nice to see you again. It's so weird seeing you in this fit and not the other one you had.
Miss Priestess? We might have met somewhere before. You don't seem that familiar to Paimon.
What the fuck? You literally don't recognize me? It's me. Seriously, we met not that long ago. Can't you recognize me by my voice?
Oh, yeah! It's you? You're the one from back when. Wait, who are you exactly? This is starting to sound more like some kind of weird scam.
Oh, my adorable little Paimon can't even recognize me. That really stings. Well, let it slide. After all, you did call me Miss Priestess. I guess it's fair since I never took off my helmet back at the Thunderclap Reef.
Wait, hang on! Don't tell Paimon you're Verna! You're really actually a priestess from the Frostmoon Scions?
Excuse you? That's a weird way to say hello. Seriously, you won't find a priestess more reliable than me anywhere else. There was never any reason to doubt me in the first place. Ahem. Anyway, this must be the Moon Maiden's guidance at work. How else could I be so fortunate as to run into both of you at a time like this? I mean, we were just passing through. Exactly! That's what I call fate. With her silver spindle, she weaves paths as one, whether they be of the rich or the... Anyway, let's forget about all that. Traveler, Paimon, you remember that imposter said before, right?
You mean that priestess-looking lady who seemed more legit than you? She said she'd be waiting at the Court of First Edict or something like that.
That more legit than you bit was totally uncalled for. But since you got a good memory, Paimon, and since you're both going to help me out later, I'll let it slide.
Hey! Paimon hasn't agreed to help you out yet! Why is that every time we talk to you, we end up second-guessing reality?
Don't sweat the details. More importantly, I've already come up with a flawless, super ultra reliable plan. We'll catch that imposter in no time. Think about it. She said she'd be waiting in the sealed-off sanctum no one can even get into, right? So obviously she wants us to get curious and break the seal, letting her sneak in and snatch whatever treasure's inside. And my super foolproof plan is to turn the tables on her. Once we open the gates of the sanctum, she'll definitely show up. And that's when we'll catch her. Pretty solid plan, right? I'd say it hold up just fine against those top-notch detectives from Papa Wrench's books.
Seriously? That sounds even crazier than the plan you had at the Thunderclap Reef! You just told us no one's been able to unseal the Court of First Edict for centuries!
Only because they didn't have me, along with the super reliable tag team combination that is the two of you. After we parted ways, I've been thinking, since the Court of First Edict was sealed by Kuvaki, maybe we can disrupt it the same way we did at Thunderclap Reef. And so, ta-da! See? I had my little crocas look for more of these special fragments and I placed them all together. The moment I managed to distract Evelina, bam! You two showed up. tell me we're not fated to reunite. It's also fated that Eve is a part of that other person's name. That's suspicious.
Fated? What, like Fado? Are you sure this won't mess up the weather on Hisi Island like it did back at Thunderclap Reef?
No worries. This time I'll be in full control of the Kuvaki. And besides, everything turned out just fine back at the reef, didn't it?
You were freaking out, bro.
Now then, Traveler, Paimon, prepare to witness the miracle of science. Wait! If someone's gonna throw it, let us do it! We leave it to you. This already sketchy plan's bound to get even sketchier.
I can't talk to you? Okay. All right, we're chucking it at the sun. Oh. At the rock next to us. Sorry. Well, that's a big piece. Oh, that, I don't know if that's good. Ah, flashbang. I swear to God, that's a nail. That has to be some type of nail. So we all saw that, right? Oh, I don't like how quiet it is.
Come on! I told you there's nothing to worry about. See? This is the power of science. Hooray! The power of Hey, wait a minute. You almost had Paimon fooled. This has nothing to do with science. It was just Traveler tossing the fragments up there.
Well, since the super reliable Traveler's also someone who believes in science, I guess that explanation works too. All right, since the Moon Maiden has spun a silvery path for us, what awaits beyond the threshold must be... Wait, how does the rest of it go again? Anyway, since the Moonlight has appeared, it means our plan is working fine. All we need to do is follow it. This is the guidance of the Moon Goddess. Yep.
Are you sure? Paimon thinks there's a good chance this path doesn't lead to our destination, but rather somewhere higher up. We're gonna go to Celestia and pick a fight with all the heavenly principles.
Come on, Paimon, come on! You've got a super reliable priestess and a super reliable adventurer on your side. What's there to worry about? We better get moving before the other priestesses show up. I mean, while the Moon Goddess is still showing us the way. Onward and upward. If Evelina is the person from the class, I think she might be dead by now. But, you know, sure, we'll wait for the other priestesses to come back. Every time we go on one of these, I do get a little bit sick. Oh. We're going up. Up, up. It's our moment. We're gonna be golden. Okay.
Verna? Where are we? This doesn't look like a sanctum.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, that's not important. Don't worry! This place has things that resemble moon lanes, so that means the Moon Maiden is still guiding us. Probably. Let us follow the path illuminated by the moonlight and leave the rest to the will of the moon. That's not great. How do we get out?
That actually sounded pretty priestessy coming from you, Verna. Wait, no, isn't that a fancy way of saying I don't know what to do, let's just leave it to fate?
Hey, what do you mean pretty priestessy? Have you ever met a priestess who's anything less than super priestessy? You gotta have as much faith in the Moon Maiden's guidance as you do in the power of science. Besides, it's not like we found any other way down. Okay, hi Kuvaki. Or Kuvenki.
Control unit. Oh, no shadow corrupted detected. No traces of genetic components. Fate energy echo registered. Match of unknown Dragon Lord of Flame parameters moderate.
Which dragon? Which one is it?
Engraving waking up. Identity check starting. Mode matching activated.
I don't like that. All right. I'm unlocking a seal. There was probably an instruction to tell me what to do. I am proceeding to not follow said instruction. I don't know where I'm going, actually. I'm just spinning in circles. Oh,
Maximum likelihood estimation.
Conclusion. Authorization granted. Defense system deactivated. Primary energy source not connected.
Okay. New thingy. New line. I will say I really like the harp in this area. I think we're missing one, right? It's always numbers of 3. Now, where's the third one? Whee! I am starting to get slightly sick. All right, I think that's the last one up there. Oh, maybe I did the wrong thing. Perhaps I did the wrong thing and I just need to let it go. That was the right thing.
Seal lifted. Welcome, Master Flame and Wisdom. Your Majesty, Shuikoto.
Shuikoto! Shuikoto! Did we hack his hard drive? Oh my god, we're gonna find all of his secret stash of NSFW images. Just like I predicted! See? As long as we followed the guidance of the moon goddess, everything will fall right into place.
Well, if you say so. But are we really sure it's a good idea to open up a place that's been sealed for centuries? Also, I'm pretty sure they said Shuikoto? Is no one understanding this except for me?
Oh, it'll be totally fine. You got the most trustworthy priestess of Frost Moon Science right here. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Chrono, did you see where those suspicious intruders headed? They took off towards the court of First Edict. Not many places to hide around there after all. You two, check on the seal. I'll inform Lady Moonchanter. Let's see them try and get away. Causing trouble in the sacred lands of the Frost Moon? They got a death witch. The only way they're gonna get out of this in one piece is if there's somehow the Lady Kutar herself.
Well, it's time to bring out Columbina.
Verna? Still want to tell us there's absolutely nothing to worry about?
Yeah, that's right! There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Now that the seal's been opened, all we have to do is set a trap and wait for the imposter to walk right into our hands.
I think we're the imposter, buddy. I'm sorry. There's absolutely everything to worry about. I should never mess with the seal. Why would you now help me, traveler? Please!
Yelling for help like a crybaby doesn't mean someone's magically gonna save your butt. There's no turning back now. Let's see what's inside.
Exactly! Since the seal's already broken, we might as well head in and take a look. But, Verna, you better remember to say sorry to everyone in the Frost Moon Scions when we're done here.
I will take
reward on
all
the
of this
road.
money, thank you. Yoink. Oh, that's a whole path inside. Okay. We're going in.
Something about this place feels off compared to when Paimon imagined a sanctum would be. It doesn't feel all that sacred. Smells kind of funny instead. Also, there's extra ray tracing on the ground for whatever reason. I can see my reflection.
Well, it has been sealed for 500 years, you know? Scientifically speaking, rusted metal giving off a blood-like smell isn't too surprising. By the way, the hymns say that before Lady Alia sealed it, this is all where the Frost Moon followers held their ceremonies, so it's super sacred, really!
Calling it super sacred just makes it sound less sacred by the minute.
Oh, come on! Don't get hung up on the wording! Look over there! That's the verdant crest. Legend says that it's the sacred tree that witnessed the birth of the Moon Maiden.
That's giving Irminsul for sure.
And that pool over there, if I'm guessing right, that should be the ever-flowing white spring, blessed by Lady Alia herself. Velamo.
Do you really have to guess? Also, you sure you didn't make those names up?
Hey! I might be a fairly reliable priestess, but even I've never seen these sacred relics from 500 years ago with my own eyes.
Nor did I ever think I'd get to see something like this historically significant. I'm so lucky. Thanks to all you, Traveler and Paimon.
Let's stay here for a bit. Just remember to apologize to everyone after we get out.
Yes, no problem. I'll do whatever you say, Traveler.
And then she dies.
Just standing in place does feel like a waste, though. And since we're here, why not take a quick walk around?
Okay. I wonder... Oh, it really is just what... I just fucked up this bath water. Sorry about that.
Huh? There's something beneath the water. Is that a sword?
Oh, we're getting another sword?
Huh? Why would there be a sword here? Wait, hold on. Could this be the ritual sword forged by the Hyperborean moonlight that Lady Alia supposedly left behind? Hyperborean moonlight? We're bringing Hyperborea into this? That blade was used to offer up the very first drop of blood under the new moon. Whoa!
Ah! It's a clanky! Huh. Does it want us to follow it?
I guess we're following it.
Allegedly. Okay. Okay. Ghost Lady is here. Great. Love that for me. Hi, Alia.
Well, at least they put the name on her now. Hi, Alia.
Ah, you're here. Wait. Now we'll get the altar dirty.
Ah! What the heck did you get in here? We were the ones who opened the seal first, right?
Something's off. Good thing the treasure chests are still here.
You're right, but this isn't just off. It looks like this is a residual image left behind by the moon goddess's blessing. It's been left inside the court of First Edict. Maybe this might be the first moon chanter herself, Lady Alia.
Is that really possible? Doesn't sound very, scientific. Listen, it's just science we can't explain yet.
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible, but if this is truly Lady Alia, then it wouldn't be surprising for her power to be unscientifically potent. Oh my days. I can't believe I kept calling the Lady Alia an imposter. Thank the moon goddess she can't hear me anymore.
And that explains why her words were always so hard to understand. Explains why she seemed more like a legit priestess than you.
Well, of course. I may be reliable, but I'm still just a regular priestess. There's no way I could compare to the great Lady Alia who witnessed the birth of the Moon Maiden. There, that should do it.
This power, is the Lady Alia before us really just a lingering image? What did you do, Miss Alia?
Ah! Where did that voice just come from?
Maybe it got recorded along with the first moon chanter's image? I mean, even the moon goddess's blessing couldn't be precise enough to capture just one person's voice, right? There's no need to be so tense. That woman who shares my bloodline surely showed you a few of these low-brow tricks before, This is merely a blessing that records awareness, so that the brave warrior over there can hear our words.
Paimon's not dreaming, is she? Paimon swears she just looked right at us.
Come on, Paimon, you're most definitely dreaming. What we're seeing now was a recording 500 years ago. There's no way she could actually see us. Over there? But I don't see anyone. Never mind. I probably wouldn't understand even if you explained it to me. And whatever tangled past lies between you and her, I'm no position to judge. Regardless, thank you for your help, Miss Alia. Lovia should have known better. The wounds left in the wake of the atrocities that old witch inflicted upon you both run deep. Of course, the scars fester with resentment. What surprises me is that she trusted you so deeply.
Verna? Who's this Lovia they mentioned? Paimon feels like she's heard that name before.
She was the leader of the Frostmoon Scions 500 years ago, but she was stricken from memory for the sin of blasphemy.
Normally, only senior and super reliable priestesses like me would even know about her.
But even if someone like you knows about her, then it can't be that much of a secret, can it?
Hey, rude! What do you mean someone like me? But seriously, her identity should be top secret. Ordinary followers and folk from outside aren't supposed to have heard that name.
Resentment? For what? Everything you and I went through was always meant to be. There is no past or future, because the past is the future.
Oh no, it's gonna go through timey-wimey shit again.
Your gaze is upon me now. All you can see is this one fleeting moment. Thanks to Lovia's blessing, the blessing of our ancestors, I can see every moment. Your arrival, Lovia's end, all threads of a tapestry too vast for me to tell. And yet, how it thrills me. She trusted me because I heeded her every word, and when the lady of the underworld guided my hand to sever her thread, even then, she should have rejoiced. As for you, you'll be leaving this place soon, won't you, Mr. Solovi?
My role here is finished. The believers outside already hail you as their new prophet, and at last you no longer need to endure the suffering imposed on you. I still have things I must do. I need to uncover that mad monk's true intentions. For my fallen friend and the people of this land, he must pay for what he has done. Okay, so that most likely is the Tsar then. With Lovia's years of secret correspondence with him as evidence, tracing his steps should be much easier. Once again, thank you for your help, Miss Alia.
Ah, so you still don't know a thing, but that's all right. You will soon enough.
I'll take that as encouragement.
To me, it has already happened. Twice shall the serpent fall, first strangled by the flesh of the faithless, then shrinking away before the light you and I ignite together. But you shan't be the one to cut off its thread, because that fate does not belong to you.
I don't believe in fate. I'll just do what I can.
Then do what you can. Before the lanterns are lit, I will be there waiting, for you are the hero meant to protect Elysium. And you. Forgive me for drawing you here all this way. Your thread simply would not catch in the loom of this sublunary sphere, so I had to guide you with those stones. Fitting for that they are just out of place in this world as you are.
Huh? Verna, what's going on? Are you still sure she isn't talking to us?
Well, not anymore. Those stones we saw earlier only fell recently. How could Lady Alia have known about them 500 years ago? I mean, she said a tapestry and she can, see the past and the present together.
By way of apology, I left the last sword forged by the Apostle of the Golden City using moonlight in the ever-flowing white spring. After centuries, any bloodstains on this blade should have been washed away. Please accept this humble gift. Though your fate remains unclear to me, I choose to believe you are the hero of the sublunary sphere, the one destined to fell the undying serpent on our behalf. This will probably be the last time we meet. If you follow the light and find those who share my bloodline, then you will come to understand my words.
Are you talking to someone?
It's nothing. Now please, don't let me keep you any longer, Mr. Solovi. I must begin sealing this place at once. I hold no resentments towards Lovia, but our children must not be stained by her sins. That is why the evil and corruption she wrought must be buried. I will seal them all here. This, too, is a part of our preparation for the birth of a god.
How many gods are we gonna birth within Genshin? Actual question.
We're all tainted by sin. How could we hope to behold the moonlight in its purest form?
She vanished.
So just like back at Thunderclap Reef, it was Lady Alia who guided us to break the Sanctum Seal. Also, you can retrieve the sword she left behind, Traveler.
But Paimon still doesn't get it. Why would Lady Alia give us her sword? And what's this undying serpent stuff all about? We're not gonna have to fight some giant snake, are we?
I mean, what if it's dead already?
Anyway, Traveler, let's retrieve that sword first.
Right, if someone as reliable as Lady Alia said it, there must be a reason. Maybe it'll all start to click once we get the sword. I mean, every location we've been to thus far always has one bird, one snake dragon-esque thing. So I don't know, but this has to deal with I'm trying to tie it back to the books because I really want to say Alia is that priestess that was stolen away by Reed Miller, but now I'm questioning it, and it could be Lovia instead. I have no idea. Ancient volume. According to the teachings left behind the apostle of the Golden City, all that matters must be governed by the reason alone, untainted by sentiment, for mortal tongues cannot articulate the sacred mysteries, and frail emotion will only profane the works of ancestors. In service of a pure and exalted ideal, for the futures of the scions of the far north, these actions are as justified as they are necessary. This decree has been approved by Lovia, humble handmaiden of the Frost Moon, and the Archpriestess since the fall of Hyperborea. Decree 963, Alternative Plan for the Sacred Heir Selection. All of the content that follows has been erased and cannot be read. In accordance with the teachings of the Apostle of the Golden City, all matters concerning craftsmanship and secret rites must be recorded without the taint of personal sentiment, for mortal tongues cannot articulate the sacred memories, and frail emotion would only profane the works of our ancestors. Do not seek to understand what lies beyond mortal intellect. Simply recite the ancient prayers with a sincere heart so that the purity of the blessings may endure. This decree was issued by Serene, humble handmaiden of the Frost Moon and 13th Archpriestess since the fall of Hyperborea. It is not to be defied. In the name of the Mistress of the Frost Moon, the ancient laws, once obscure and difficult to understand, are now set forth in clear and concise terms, lest the faithful falter or be led astray. Decree 3. Elysium and the prophecy of the sacred heir. Let the children of Hyperborea guard their sacred bloodline from defilement, for their heir of Elysium is destined to one day arrive. It is hereby forbidden to marry one's closest kin. That is to say, no union shall be permitted between blood relatives. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with someone from a clan that has committed blasphemy. It is forbidden to enter the marriage with someone from a clan that has taken the life of an innocent. It is forbidden to enter the marriage with someone from a clan that has broken its oath. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with someone from a clan that does not bear an antlered crown. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with someone from a clan that has committed parricide. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with any person disturbed of mind. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with the descendants of Fae. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with a person not of faith. It is forbidden to enter into marriage with an outlander. Marriage is a most sacred act of virtue and must be kept pure. Therefore, let no unclean act stain our bloodline. Let no action be taken to incur the displeasure of the mistress of the Frost Moon, and let no one betray their oaths. Whoever enters into marriage must first obtain the permission and blessing of the Archpriestess, lest a curse befell their bloodline. Said curse shall plague their bloodline for 7 generations, and then for 7 more. Whosoever breaks this oath shall have their horns severed with a silver blade. They who have been marked thus shall be cast into the long, lightless night. Hear now the ancient prophecy. In the fullness of time, Elysium shall come, and with it a sovereign ordained to rule over it shall also appear. The false 7-fold radiance of the high heaven shall fall at her feet, and the bones of the earth shall rise to follow her. For from her shall spring union with the world, and from her shall the first great cause be rebuilt. Let these words of wisdom find root in your heart, and neglect not the sanctity of your blessed bloodline. Decree 6. Offerings to the Sampo Mill. The children of Hyperborea shall guard the sacred treasure forged by the apostle of the Golden City at all costs. Let it be known that the relic that is the Sampo Mill is a sacred work, for its blessing yields unending gold, rain, and salt. Only the prophesied sacred heir shall have the power to ruse the mill, and thus bring forth an Elysium of eternal abundance for us all. According to the revelation of our ancestors, the mill shall be sealed within the holy sanctum to preserve it from taint and desecration until the appointed time, when the sacred heir is born at last. All followers below the rank of priestess shall not enter the holy sanctuary wherein the mill is sealed. Those who violate this precept shall have a curse befall their bloodline. Said curse shall plague their bloodline for 7 generations, and then for 7 more. Before sowing in spring, an offering of wheat, goat's milk, and salt must be made into the Sampo Mill, lest famine befall you.
At least one priestess shall be designated to chant prayers to the mill day and night to ensure a bountiful harvest and enduring prosperity. Decree 10. Offering to the arrow of Tepikaranis. The children of Hyperborea shall revere the arrow of Tepikaranis without fail. Let it be known that this relic forge of pure light is a bow and arrow that can pierce the manifold darkness of frozen night. You shall mix the sacred oils in the following manner prescribed by the rites of ancestors. Take up a clean silver vessel, free from all dust and water, for defilement is the root of all corruption. Take the fat of a lamb, clear and pure, and warm it over a gentle fire. It must not be too hot or too cool. Do not bring it to a boil. Add sulfur, salt, sawdust, and wax in their proper order while stirring with great care. Stir until the substances inside the vessel are of one uniform color. The number for your counting shall be 7 hours. 6 you shall not count, neither count you 8. Excepting that you should count to 7, 5 and 9 are right out. Then anoint your bow and arrows with the holy oil, and your arrows shall snuff out the pitch-black foe, shattering them like plates of silver. A thick stack of papers hidden by unknown someone in a secret compartment inside the back cover. In accordance with the statutes laid down by all matters concerning Mekanekios and Tehenikios shall be recorded objectively, concisely, and unattained by personal sentiment. Thus shall we guard against the distortion of truth via subjectivity, that the knowledge we possess may be transmitted with the clarity to future generations, then serve the welfare of our people to the fullest possible extent. The contents of this document have been approved by Sargoporus of Haxathursa. All members of the order, beginning with the executive priest, shall commit its contents to memory and observe the prescribed procedures without deviation until the reconstruction of civilization have reached 5/7 completion. For further details, consult Tenekios Manual I-330. If these words have reached your eyes, let it be known that you have completed the foundational disciplines of Mekanios or Tekenios and are hereby elevated to the rank of executive priests. Congratulations are in order. Regrettably, your new acquired title is not a privilege, but a burden of duty, hardship, and silent suffering borne for this realm and the countless lives she shelters. You are destined to offer all of your youth and your life to preserve the last embers of civilization. Yet, even with your final breath, you may never behold the frost moon's radiant light, nor see the dawn break once more upon our beautiful homeland. For the lights of the far north have been extinguished, and countless generations are condemned to cower in the darkest night. No miracle has ever graced this tainted sublunary sphere, and tears have never delivered our kin from sorrow. Then what purpose, if any, lies in all that which you shall do from this moment hence? I purpose, then, it is for an ethereal dream, a dream of countless tomorrows, for an infinity of futures yet unborn. Only through our blood, our tears, and our toil shall our children be granted the chance to behold the glorious era and the lost Elysium we once knew. On that day, none shall weep for suffering, nor fear hunger or cold. All beings shall love one another as brothers and sisters, and all shall dwell in joy and peace. This shall be our final and greatest dream, that our kin shall no longer be mired in superstition and barbarianism. For the hope once envisioned by gods and mortals alike, we must push forward. There is no path but through. Sear these words into your mind before you proceed to read the assessment records and operating procedures. Hold fast to our dream of tomorrow, and let not its light be dimmed by the dust of neglect. Spargoprius of Haxathursa, acting archpriestess of Hyperborea. Protocol 3. Final evaluation of bloodline selection and purification. Upon evaluation and confirmation by the acting archpriestess and the senior executive Tekenios priestess, the Seed of Life project from the Hyperborea era, henceforth referred to as the Sacred Air Project, has been deemed no longer to be viable within the bounds of its original planned parameters. The priest who led this project, Vinda of Hitamthrasa, has passed beyond, and essential Tekenios processes and Mechanios apparatuses required for its continuation were lost in the fall of Hyperborea. This includes, but are not limited to, the process of cutting and modification, the process of creation and reconstruction, and processes which were of the Fae, the adaptive editing process. The aforementioned Tekenios processes are, at present, irreproducible. After due deliberation, the following alternative protocol has been deemed acceptable. The purification of existing is to be performed in controlled artificial selection, using methods primitive and inefficient. The phenotypic stability of each generation shall be recorded. Then from this data, the most suitable pairs of union shall be identified, and non-coercive means employed to persuade the parties to join in union. Should the persuasion fail to meet the criteria detailed in Tekanios Manual 090, promptly proceed to the next priority match, and continue in like fashion. To minimize risk of disease, the bloodline proximity index of all breeding pairs shall not exceed. Accordingly, no individual shall be joined in union if they share common ancestry within 5 generations. This course of action is expected to yield outcomes approaching the original objective after successive generations of refinement and selection. At such time, the one prophesies, the newborn sacred heir shall rise. Without the need for ritual implements, nor the fortitude of their soul, this heir shall command the pure, unadulterated elemental forces at will, and shall at last attain fusion in the world. Note: in light of projected population growth and the limits of environmental carrying capacity, it is anticipated that the practice of widespread artificial breeding may be terminated after 7 generations. Thereafter, limited intermarriage with select outlanders may then be sanctioned, details in the Tekanios Manual I-1012. Furthermore, it is hereby affirmed that once in the continuity of civilization has been assured, the descendants of the far north shall be granted the sovereign right to determine their own destinies. Protocol 6. The Subatomic Assembling Mass Energy Patterning Orb, sealed. The project of constructing this supremely advanced Mechanicus construct was personally overseen by, and is not fully understood at this time. It was designated to reconstruct matter at the subatomic scale, or to transmute matters directly into stable energy, which would then be released in form of all the known highest-tier Mechanicus constructs dating to the time of Hyperborea, only the Subatomic Assembling Mass Energy Patterning Orb, hereafter referred to as SAMPO, has entered to its present age. Its structure remains largely intact, granting its immense symbolic significance. However, a formal evaluation by the acting archpriestess and the senior executive Mechanicus priestess has determined that this device, in its current state, is no longer functional. The collaborative control module connected to the device was lost during the fall of Hyperborea and cannot be replicated with the existing technologies. In the absence of this module, proper activation of the SAMPO is impossible, and it is presumed that even a forced restart would fail to correctly reconfigure said device. Refer to appendix for more details. After due deliberation, it is resolved that the device shall be sealed indefinitely, with no re-evaluation of its activation viability for a period of generations. All personnel without explicit authorization from the Archpriestess shall not breach this seal. This will prevent unnecessary accidental damage to the device. Note: the senior executive Mechanicus priestess, Arapethia of Mazisachite, has proposed a theoretically viable bypass protocol, namely the controlled input of realm energy or realm energy. Refer to Mechanicus Manual D503 for the possibility of the latter, at a specific carrier in frequency, which may circumvent the collaborative control module and forcibly initiate the SAMPO. Upon further evaluation, however, the proposed method was determined to pose unacceptable safety risk, with the probability of system destabilization and ensuing exceeding. In light of these findings, the original decision shall stand. Protocol 10. The Arrow of Terpicuranios. The subject of the project is low-tier Mechanicus device of the Hyperborea area, designed to solidify realm energy into a semi-crystalline polymeric form. Once stabilized, the material is subjected to a high-frequency spiral acceleration and subsequently launched, therefore purging a designated area of realm energy contamination. The acting archpriestess and the senior executive Mechanicus priestess have jointly affirmed that the device's remanufacture is viable. This work shall proceed under the oversight of senior executive Mechanicus priestess Arapethia of Mesagite, which the prototype device projected for completely within standard quarters. Upon completion, the prototype apparatus shall be subject to regular lubrication with ointments to prevent avoidable safety incidents. Refer to Mechanicus Manual D306 for more details.
Thank fucking God! When I said I was gonna read the book so that you don't have to, I am taking this very seriously. The Frost Moon science started out real strong with the no incest and no adultery, then went straight into racist. Eugenics. I don't even think they were low-key racist. I feel like they were high-key racist. Like, they're not even playing around. They're saying outright, you can't marry anyone unless it's within, like, our tribe. It's supposed to be wordy and unnecessarily flowery, but why the fuck is it so wordy and unnecessarily flowery? Listen, it's all gonna be lore that we'll find out later. Okay, so here's what I got out of this information, right? They have existed since the old, like, Hyperborea dynasty was still intact. And I'm going to take some hodgepodge guesses. I think that first acting archpriestess, Aria Pethia of Mazasajtate, I think that's Aria, as in one of the moons. I also think that this role is similar to the Bowkeepers like Dainsliff, right? Okay, hear me out. The Bowkeepers are supposed to, like, kind of protect and, like, maintain Irminsul, I guess, or at least that's what it's alluding to. I feel like they did something very similar in Hyperborea where they had to maintain the sample mill, and the sample mill just happens to be another version of the Irminsul. It records everything, and I'm assuming it's another database similar to Irminsul. This is probably just an ancient prototype, like how everything is an ancient prototype to everything else in this world, of Irminsul before Irminsul was constructed. So I think whatever caused this sample mill to kind of get self-destructed, which I'm assuming has to do something with the heavenly principles, right? Because they're always at fault. I'm gonna blame them. But I think they did something to the sample mill to the point where they had to have made another Irminsul and then just use that as a new database so it wouldn't get corrupted. Maybe it has something to do with Deshrit and, like, the forbidden knowledge or something similar to that. Like, if I'm pulling stuff from, like, Honkai Star Rail, that's not gonna be a Honkai Star Rail theory, but if we pull from what we see in Amphorius, right? I think something very similar is happening here. I don't think this is like, oh, they're gonna be a scepter and there's a Lygus around here that's gonna do something destructive, right? I just think that these are all storage units, and these are, like, I don't know, external data drives that are preserving this world, and it's constantly getting corrupted because of divine knowledge or something that maybe HP brought it down with them or something. I don't know. Please no Lygus. If anything, Revere might have something to do with the corruption, but that's just me putting voice actor to voice actor together, you know? Anyway, that's my theory. I don't know where that went, but considering they were just like, we shall not marry anyone else. And tying into that, if we consider the lore of the Sealies, right? They probably have something to do with that too. The whole, like, you know, you can't fall in love with a human. And you know what happened? One of the first angels falls in love with a human and then it screws everything up. That's probably also, maybe that's why the Sampo Mill got corrupted. I'm not saying that someone's marriage caused an entire world to fall, but maybe they just fucked up a little bit. Paimon GPT, please summarize, is crazy. This is the only GPT that I'll utilize.
Okay, so what happens is some bullshit happened, and Hyperborea was racist as fuck. So they were just like, you can't marry anyone. And then they died. And also the Sampo Mill needs to be maintained, and it shut down. The end.
That's all I got out of the first book. Letter for Lovia. What is this? Oh, hello.
To the most holy and venerable Lady Lovia, I pen this letter account for the tragic event that transpired earlier. You asked that I send people to welcome the Holy Lady, and I did exactly as you instructed. But that poor girl, alas for her great beauty, failed to grasp the kindness behind your gesture, and seized by some terrible impulse, she took her own life on the spot. For this terrible, irreparable loss, I can offer only my prayers. I pray that your compassionate goddess may ease your sorrow and keep your noble heart from breaking, despite the weight of this grief. Regarding the Sampo Mill mentioned in your last letter, I'm truly grateful for your openness and trust. Like you, I remain uninitiated with the true workings of the sacred relic. Yet, on this matter, we are of one mind. We must find another way to rouse this ancient relic and forge a paradise, an Elysium of enduring prosperity for the people of Nodkrai, especially your noble kin. From this moment on, I shall dedicate myself wholly to uncovering the secrets that lie within the relic. As for the remaining matters, both more trivial and complex. I hope to discuss them at greater length with you soon. Until then, I ask that you accept these modest gifts as a small token of my regard and a gesture of sympathy for the loss that had touched your household. Please know that I hold your noble character in the highest esteem. Even at the court of His Majesty the Beli Tsar, it is rare to encounter a lady of such uncommon foresight and deep devotion to the greater good as yourself, not to mention one who willingly places the well-being of the nation and her people above personal sentiment. Our positions, interests, and aspirations are most closely aligned. As such, I greatly look forward to our future joint endeavors. Your ever steadfast friend and ally, Rotvang. I'm assuming this might be the last name of the other person that we were talking to before? Unless they're two separate people. I'm not sure. I'm low-key. I'm wondering who they're talking about, who took their own life. Like, I don't think it's Columbina, right? Unless I'm reading that wrong. Tattered volume. This appears to be just an ordinary fairy tale in which a kind-hearted girl makes friends with a white pigeon, after which they travel the world together. Some of the pages have been torn out for reasons unknown, and the ink has almost completely faded. The cover has beautiful golden words inscribed on it. Kitzegrad Publishing House. Kitzegrad is interesting, because that's a name that's brought up multiple times within the Legend of Reed Miller book. Dear Miss Alia, I'm truly sorry that I was unable to stop Miss Alia in that moment. Yet it was through her noble sacrifice that we ultimately thwarted Rotvang and prevented the loss of countless lives. Now I finally understand why she pretended to be my close companion. I hope to speak with you soon about this in greater detail when we next meet, though perhaps by then you will already know more about all this than I. I shall not presume to judge, nor shall I attempt to alter your opinion of her, but I ask, if nothing else, that you allow me to honor Miss Alia's final wishes by sharing her words with you. She asks that I render all possible support to you, which I surely will. You are my benefactor, after all. In that, I relay this only as she spoke it. She hoped that you would go on to live a life of happiness and freedom. As for the arrow of Terpikaranas you mentioned in your last letter, if it holds the power to dispel the pitch-black calamity, and if you are willing to share it with such selflessness, on behalf of the people of Nodkrai, please accept my deepest gratitude. Should, as you foresee, Rotvang indeed rise again from the pitch-black filth, then our successors, in order I am considering naming the Lightkeepers, in honor of the flames you have kindled, will stand ready to vanquish the threat once more, armed with the technology you have so generously gifted us. We can speak of the details in person whenever you're free. I understand all too well after Lovia's passing. The Frostmoon Scions have been left with countless matters demanding your attention. Yours sincerely, Solove. Wait, okay, so maybe Rotvang is Revere, or at least another version of Revere, possibly. That's suspicious. Alia's notes. I told a lie, just like Lovia did, and just like my sister did. I said no when Mr. Solove asked me if I felt any hate. But how can I put the hatred in my heart into words? How can someone as kind and sincere as he is ever understand such horrifying malice? No, I cannot think this way, and no one needs to know. Mr. Solove did not need to be troubled with such trivial things. No one is obliged to bear the weight of another's suffering, which they have not experienced. And even if he truly were willing to listen, and even if his kindness were to move him to tears, what would it change? I would only end up bringing needless pain to another tender heart. In the past, the present, and the future, across countless threads of fate that Lovia once let me glimpse by mistake, the only ones who shed tears for the misfortune of others are kind souls who ought to be smiling instead. And since the sublunary sphere has always been one where good is repaid with cruelty, the least I could do for him is spare him a sorrow that does him no good. Once upon a time I despised this, yet now I find myself speaking them with keen intent. Maybe that of the past dozen years or so have been punished for this very moment. But that does not matter anymore. From the noble lady of Salt to the scions of Gurubad's Jinni, there have been plenty of instances where the innocent have suffered the gravest of punishments, let alone a sinner as steeped in as I am. If the silvery white thread has already found its way around my neck, I may as well bear the weight of its still more unforgivable sins by myself, so that the children who remain untainted may be spared. What was born of the frost moon must return to it. All the walls, towers, fortresses, and temples must be torn down, save for the great pillar raised here by the Dragonborn. That is, the sacred sanctuary where our ancestors found refuge. Prolonged isolation and seclusion serve only to nourish fleeting ambitions and hollow delusions. Let it be reverence for nature, kindness towards outlanders, and those virtues in which none believe, and not the pride of the dead which sets our threads apart from theirs. Only then will there never again be another Lovia, or another me. Decades from now, a new moon goddess will be born. Oh, the irony of it. If Lova's long and desperate quest was in the end for nothing. Even if I had borne the sacred heir as foretold, and not the man who abducted my sister, the one who should have been our sovereign would have only created the greater chaos in Snezhnaya. The birth of the new moon had nothing to do with anything she did. She could not even foresee the coming of that maiden, nor did she know that the holy throne had never truly been broken. I do not know if I will live to see that moment, for my own thread is hidden from my sight, but I pray that I will not. Those tainted by sin do not deserve to witness the moon's pure light. In any case, people must come to believe that the new moon takes delight only in kindness, friendship, and mutual aid, that no other prayer or sacrifice will ever please our goddess. This is what they must believe, because if they do not, then no matter how noble the ideal, they will only wither and fade into the filth that lies beneath the moon. The threads of the gods are too bright for me to follow, and I cannot see where she is headed. But at the very least, the Frost Moon Scions who have been redeemed in her name must ensure that the power of choice remains hers alone. No one should ever seek repayment or reward from her, and she must never be molded into the perfect deity others wish her to become. Daughter of the Frost Moon, Maiden of the New Moon. May she one day hold the dream of true happiness, and may the Frost Moon never forgive my sins, for I have cursed her name more times than I can count.
It's sad they didn't uphold that. I mean, they probably didn't even know about all this. Or they eventually forgot their own history and they were just like, oh, we should worship this new moon goddess and put her on a pedestal, when it literally says not to do that. To be fair, thousands of years have changed this whole thing, so... That's such a pretty sword, and I don't like that it reminds me a lot of Finon and Cyrene. Also, low-key, it looks like the sword from the Sitlali event from a while ago.
This must be the sword Alia was talking about, right? How about it, Traveler? Did you figure anything out?
Not a thing. Paimon, quick, run! The power in this sword! It's overflowing!
Traveler! What is happening? Hang on! Your acting is fucking terrible. Can't start laughing halfway through your own prank and quit scaring Paimon at a time like this!
Ugh, looks like we really will have to investigate this whole place, huh? But if we hang around too long, Enruth, Uncle Crodo, and the others might find the entrance too.
Actually, with all the noise we made just now, there's probably no one on this whole island who hasn't been drawn this way.
Ugh, fine. I guess we got no choice. We've got the sword now, and Lady Alia didn't exactly tell us what to do next. Let's get out of here first and figure the rest out later.
Is this an
Moonweaver's
answer?
Dawn. Ooh, hello, give me sword. Is this equipable? Yes, okay. Secret Silver's Testament. Elemental burst damage by 20%. Oh, it does this thing. Okay. What's your lore? Moonweaver's Dawn.
As you have always known, my Alia, my heart's child, my dearest, my most beloved, in our blood flows the purest silver light, and we alone are worthy to receive the grace of the Frost Moon. You shall not wed the son of an outlander, for you are destined to bear the heir to Elysium for the people of the far north. The mistress of the Frost Moon has already spun every path in the world with her silver thread, and all things now move in step with the thread's silent dance. Those were the days before the pitch-black calamity swept through the borderlands, when the archpriestess of the far north repeated her blasphemous and misguided deeds in vain. Perhaps out of excessive devotion to the gods, or because she had never believed in dead gods who had never shed their light upon the world. There was, after all, no real difference between the two. Her grandmother, who had raised her, certainly never distinguished between them. The young handmaiden, with unwavering faithfulness, carried out every last one of the venerable archpriestess's commands. She never defied that kind and gentle old grandmother, no matter how dreadful the punishments cloaked by her soft words. Whether someone's thread was to be severed by a sharp silver blade, or another's singing voice must be silenced in the dead of night. All sins were born to purify the holy blood bestowed by the moon, for only by drinking crimson water could one hone absolute flawlessness. As you have always done, my Alia, my heart's child, my dearest, my most beloved. Since he has put his trust in you, use your wisdom to guide him. Set his heart on the right path and lead him to the sanctuary. The man called Solove is nothing but a treacherous murderer, and yet he dares to seek our protection after all the wicked deeds he has committed. When he comes here, you will thrust your sword through his heart from behind to sever his venomous thread. The only response the archpriestess got, as ever and always, was silence, and those accustomed to silence from their followers always wind up taking it for consent. The handmaiden's lengthy years of obedience had long convinced the archpriestess that all that suffering wrought on by impurity had never once stirred resentment in her. But of course, she was the blessed one, the one destined to bear the sacred heir. Of course she understood that the sacrifices she offered up were in service of a decree 1,000 years in the making. So, even as the pure silver blade pierced her back, the last archpriestess of the far north could not comprehend the source of the betrayal. Mr. Solvay was right. You were just lying to us, Grandmother Lovia. If that were not the case, why would you bleed dawn-like crimson rather than moonlit silver when your thread was cut?
Oh, betrayal. Love that for me.
I'm telling you, that's some Irminsul bullshit.
Huh? It's awfully quiet. Enderuth and Uncle Crodo aren't here either. Weren't they hot on our trail?
Maybe all the noise we made earlier got their attention and they ran off to check somewhere else.
Ah, I get it now. This must be Lady Alia's divine guidance. Even my luck's looking up now that I'm with someone as reliable as you, traveler.
Okay, save the celebration for later. You do remember you still owe everyone else an apology for the trouble you caused, right?
Apology? Yeah, right. Yes, of course I do. I'm not the type to get caught up in reading Lady Alia's records that I forget everything else. I swear by my mortal name that this sublunary sphere that I give everyone a proper and heartfelt apology. It's just, I need to think carefully about how to phrase it first. Oh, and while we were at work earlier, I came up with a super scientific plan. Since I have to apologize anyway, why don't we finish checking out the sanctum first before looking for Lady Lama? That way we can save time and make my eventual apology more efficient. A sound plan, I do say. See the power of science. Wait, what? On there? When did you get here?
You scared us! We didn't mean to sneak into the corner for scenic ammunitions as Verna said.
No need to explain. This place may be sealed, but it's not forbidden territory. If outsiders like you are able to enter, then perhaps it's the will of the moonlight. Exactly! This is all part of the Moon Maiden's sacred guidance, just like the poems say. As for you, Verdinska, you're coming with me. Lady Moonchanter wants to see you. In person. Huh? Wait, no, Oddrod here. Did you just say... As a priestess, you acted without permission, broke the rules, and tampered with taboos. Aside from outright murder, you flouted every major law we have. Now come, would you rather the Lady Moonchanter come fetch you herself? Traveler Paimon. I'll explain everything later, I swear, but first, I'll need to... Before Verna can finish her sentence, Ratier drags her off.
Well!
Huh.
Well, she sure dug that grave nice and deep for herself, didn't she? Still, we got no idea what this Lady Alia wants us to do. But this sword she left behind, if it was meant for us, we might as well hang on to it for now. Looks like a real Frostmoon relic anyway.
Oh my god, we're the colonizers. We're stealing people's relics, bro. That's crazy, that's how that ends, but alright.